I ran through the quad. I burst open the doors. I'm scraping.
What
Just
was that?
falling into class. Oatmeal. And just falling into class with my fraternity house dishware filled to the brim with breakfast. Hey everybody, welcome to Days for Dummies. It's me, Matt. I hope you enjoyed me stuffing my face with a spoonful of oatmeal.
Good morning, everybody. It's Kat.
And it's gonna be goofy. It's gonna be goofy today, folks. So just strap down, get ready for the ride. The Days for Dummies talk, the days of our lives chatter. Ugh. I feel like I still need to compose myself after running across campus. I thought I saw while I was running. Hey, Jacarius, when I was running across campus, I thought that I ran into Holly and Tate, but Tate's not in town. There's no way I saw Tate.
No way.
No, Tate's at lacrosse camp with Aaron, right? Aaron paid for lacrosse camp and he went with Tate.
Yeah, he did.
That's the story that we're being told or something.
Well, not anymore because they've come clean now.
Well, now they're home and they told Grandma and Grandpa, you know, what they did.
Yeah, and Holly's like, Grandma, I'm so sorry. Grandma, I'm so sorry. What? Huh?
We didn't even know.
What?
You could have gotten away with this, kids.
Oh, boy.
If you didn't say anything, you would have gotten away with it.
Holly started feeling real bad when she heard that they had been looking for the key.
Well, that's why she got ran down, right?
That's why that's why Sarah was in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, they were looking for the key. So I've got a whole list of days of our lives notes, which is really interesting because when you flip back to compare to the notes that I take for General Hospital for the 10th floor podcast that we do at 11 a.m., it's so little. It's so little GH notes in comparison to what I write down for days. Now, that could be because I'm less familiar with days.
That's part of it,
probably. But I'm still familiar enough with it to know who everybody is. Hey, Jeannie, I said that right. Hi, Jeannie.
For the most part, we are, huh?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I know who Tate is.
Yes.
And that's important.
And his little sister Rachel.
I know who Rachel is, and that's also important. Let's see. I know who Jada is, and I know who Rafe is, and I also know that through the miracle of medical science, we know that if Rafe stays in this coma, the likelihood of him waking up diminishes by the day.
It does.
By the hour.
Jada misses him so bad, and she's trying to figure all this out by herself. And then at night she goes back to Rafe's house and doesn't get to, and she's alone. The silence is very, very loud.
Cries herself to sleep at night.
Well, she was telling Stephanie all about it.
She sure was. Stephanie, she's just collecting secrets. She's everybody's best friend in town. You got Marlena, you got Stephanie. That's who you're going to be visiting. Screw that old codger Roman. Kate's too busy writing a soap.
I would have to say,
it's okay, Kelly.
When it comes to really being a super nice person, I would say Stephanie and her mother Kayla are pretty nice.
They are very nice. They're two of the nicest people in Salem.
They are.
You can rely on them. If you need something fixed in your public-facing persona, Stephanie is your woman. If you need amazing doctoring from an incredibly talented medicine woman, reach out to Kayla.
Yeah.
And if you need yourself sprung from a basement where you're tied to a chair, you better call yourself some old Patchy. All right, let's give Kelly and Jacarius the brief rundown of the week's events because they are falling behind on Days of Our Lives. Kelly trying to catch up. Kelly always trying to know what's going on. Jacarius admitting, "Ooh, I gotta catch up." But Kelly, we know she's been busy.
Well, you guys, you can watch it anytime you want.
That doesn't make them less busy.
Unless you're just too you have to be. I find this to be true for a lot of retired people. You have to remind yourself, Other people are much more busy than you are.
Indeed. The kids are home. Dr. Green is evil. Abigail is lying.
What is going on with Dr. Green is not a Dr. Green.
Dr. Mark Green, paging Dr. Mark Green.
Yeah.
What's your whole story?
Yeah. And you know wasn't that the mayor of Union City's name?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and he had a couple of kids. Lance, right? Lance
That's
Green.
funny.
Lance and Larry or something.
Something like that. That's funny.
Oh, goodness gracious. That
Anyway,
was
Dr.
the mayor.
Green.
Oh,
Dr.
my
Green
childhood
is,
mayor. He's up to something with Abigail.
He did. And I have a feeling that all of this is because Mark Green is pissed at the Damaras, and they did something that perhaps what happened to their parents, the Greens' parents, maybe the Damaras have got something to do with that. And this is all revenge.
So we're all supposed to be leaving this week understanding that Aaron, Felicity, and Dr. Green are a party of 5 group of siblings.
Yes.
You like that reference? Party of 5,
yes.
Matthew Fox. Hello, everybody.
Yes. Yes,
so the parents are gone and the kids had to raise each other. Dr. Green's a doctor. He's roped in an Abigail. Does that mean that Abigail could be 4th sibling?
Could be.
So he admitted to changing the DNA test. So this isn't she's actually Jack's long-lost daughter we never heard about. There's no family connection.
No.
And this is all hoopla and hooey.
It is. It's all a plot, as it turns out, of Mark Green's.
For why? We don't know yet.
Oh, I really do think it's going to be a big, it's revenge, something to do with his parents and the fact that he had to grow up so quickly and take care of his siblings. He's mad and he wants revenge from those damn Damaras.
You know, it's interesting too because it sucks because Chad's not the bad Damira.
He's not. He's actually the only good one.
Well, I mean, Johnny's pretty good.
Well,
but he's not. But he's not Stefano's kid.
Exactly. When I just keep on thinking of that generation. The EJ, Kristen, Chad, Stefan.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it.
Yes,
oh, boy,
there isn't. Yes, Johnny is decent. Johnny's decent, but
Hey, Sandra.
We'll see what Johnny might do later, though. He might do something. Who knows? He is Tamara. Anyway,
right?
That's what I think. I think Mr. Green has.
He's got revenge in mind for something that the Damiras did, and it's a bummer for Chad because, like I said, he's the good one, and for being the good one, to be the entryway in for this nefarious plan, that sucks. That sucks.
And it was funny too, because Chad, the idea of leaving her behind in the house, he was like, "Oh no," because he knows it's a snake pit. He didn't want to leave her, when she's encouraging him to move back out and be with the kids and da. He was like, no, not. He was saying no, thank you at first. I don't think you ought to stay here. She convinced him, but yeah, because he thought, I can't leave her behind in the snake pit. I have to be able to watch what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally 100%, 1,000% nail on the head there, Ma. A+, gold star for the class setting. Good work. It's because we got little Thomas. Little Thomas is like, "Hey, Daddy, you got a girlfriend, Daddy? You're not home in the morning anymore."
That little man, he's a little good actor.
Daddy, you got a girlfriend?
Well, Chad kind of got a girlfriend all the time, sort of.
Right. I mean, that's not a jump, right?
Right. But I forgot that little boy's name, but he just acted a little butt off in that scene.
Christopher, Emmy Award nominated. Carrie Christopher as Thomas Demira.
Yes, and I'm sorry I didn't remember his name because we've even talked to him.
The only reason I know it is because I edited the video and put it up. If it wasn't for that extra exposure, I probably wouldn't recall.
I think the casting for him, with Chad is just he looks like the little man looks like Chad. in the face.
Honestly, he makes me
He
think.
looks.
I know that his name is Carrie Christopher, but
Hmm.
I look at that little boy and I think of Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh, like the little
Yes,
animated drawing of
yes,
the
yes,
kid.
yes, yes.
It makes me think of him. It does, it does.
Hmm.
The real life Christopher Robin.
Well, I think the casting is just superb. He does kind of look like Chad, just like Donna kind of looks like Sonny. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Donna a lot looks like
A lot.
Donna looks a little more like Sonny than Maurice's children look like Maurice.
Paula, Paula, your influence was too much. I'm supposed to have the dominant genes. Well, Jakarius wants Johnny to have a little bit of bad to him. I don't think we're going to get it right now. He's directing Home and Heart, or excuse me, Body and Soul, the soap
I
opera.
don't, I don't think, but we will see. Sure, he could be a bad Demera. He just has to be, have a reason to, and he wouldn't necessarily be a bad Demera, but he can tap into those resources.
Yes. Oh gosh, it should come very instinctual to him if he ever needed to access it.
Exactly.
Well, maybe I should just go to Poplar Bluff. All these
Right.
questions, Chad.
Yeah, she's very defensive, very easily.
Too
Isn't she?
defensive, too defensive. See, I don't know what the plan was, but I don't think she was ready for the heat. I don't know if they found her early or what is going on there, but she's not quite ready really to pull this thing off yet, it seems.
Well, I don't think she's had enough history of Abigail. Okay,
She's still
she
learning
doesn't.
who she
No,
is.
she hasn't learned. No one's given her the lowdown on Abigail enough. She needed to know that she's somewhat of a hooch. She didn't know that.
It's true because she was like, oh, my pearls. I'm clutching them so much over my previous choices with every Demira man.
You didn't tell me I sleep with everybody, and
You
I
didn't
think
tell
I'm
me.
somebody else half the time.
Yeah, like there's some gaps in the history Mark gave me here. This isn't cool. Should have did a
Exactly.
little more research, read a Wikipedia page or something.
Man,
So
I
I
mean,
mean,
she could have gotten, super friendly. Mark could have been super friendly with Holly, and she got all
pick
kinds
your
of
brain.
intel.
Pick your brain. Pick your brain. Tell me all about this
Lots of
woman.
intel.
Tell me all about this Abigail. He could have been a pediatrician and been like, "Hey, Thomas, you miss your mommy? Why don't you tell me all about her? What is
Exactly.
your favorite thing? What did she sing to you when you went to bed? What was your
Exactly.
favorite sandwich she made?" Because that's how she can convince Chad, not through I remember what dress I was wearing when I was stabbed. Something about the kids.
Right. Exactly.
See?
She's not a very she's no, she's not sneaky enough.
Ah.
Gotta remember what house she's in. That's
Well,
the Mara house, okay? The schemers are there.
which is why we need to get you out of
If
here and
she
into the
could be,
Kiriakis
if her and
house.
Kristen, if she could give Kristen in her back pocket and be honest with her, Kristen could help her be Abigail forever. Because my gosh, Kristen is one heck of a chick, I tell you.
She sure is. I don't know what Kristen would get out of it though. Like she's bad, but she
Oh,
always gets something out of it, right?
exactly. If she does not have, if she don't somehow get, out of hot water or somehow smells like an extra sweet rose, she's not interested in your ploy.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man. Like, even okay. Good transition. Boom, boom, boom. Brady. All right, Brady feeling extra guilty over something that he didn't do, but also at the same time he doesn't know that he didn't do it, but also assumes that he did because he thinks he's a bad man when he's drunk.
And Kristen cracked me up with her. Damn it, Brady was trying to help you.
He's trying to help
Damn
him.
it, Brady.
Not doing anything. Like genuinely. So yeah, does she get something
I
out of
have
it?
your back. What's wrong with you?
Right. It's an interesting jump to say that, ooh, she does something only to get something out of it, which, I mean, she gets to have Brady still around by protecting him. That's something that she likes. Rachel, I guess, needs him, and that's a fact. Maybe even Kristen recognizes that to a degree.
I think she does to a degree. I think she does to a degree, even though she's not happy about it. And she does have big fire for Brady. She wants She wants to be Brady. She wants to be Brady's girl and be the only one to torture him daily.
It's true. She wants to be able to have free range torture, I think is what it is.
I think so.
She wants to, whether it's Alex or Brady or Justin or anybody else. I don't know the family relations, so don't go after me in the chats. But if whoever it may be, she just wants to torture them.
Yes. Chris, one of the Kristen's funniest things I've seen her is when she was done with Alex. She almost like bucked him off of her, like, I'm done with you.
It's like, what do you mean? Everybody wants round 3. And she's like, I want a coffee. Go home.
It's hilarious. What my abs? Abs this. Get out.
You think I haven't counted abs in my life? All right, I'm 52 years old. I've counted more abs than you've seen. Oh gosh. So So Brady ultimately he does confess, feeling the pressure of guilt over assuming that he did it, over the questions of where the hell did my car go and why was there a scratch on it. I remember screeching tires. I feel like I did this. However, Justin, his lawyer, very smart man. I got to give it to Wally Kurth, Justin Kiriakis. Not only do I love seeing him on my screen, but he's kind of a good lawyer, too. Like, of lawyering on soaps, he's like Liza Colby status of talented.
But is he Diane Miller talented?
Oh, listen, Diane Miller is a completely different case because she's a mob lawyer who has to just, it's
just
different.
as a stand-up citizen lawyer, isn't he?
Right. Liza Colby probably wasn't a stand-up citizen lawyer, but... But I'm saying, well, yeah, whatever, Diane. However, when it comes to court cases, GH is so out of the world, stupidly false about how it really goes down that it's really difficult to call any of those lawyers super, because it is so goofy and unrealistic to start with that, ooh, the hole in your case. Like, okay. Okay. Justin, on the other hand, that was like, okay, so you think that you did this. Okay, all right. So what you do is say everything that you just told me except for the fact that you think you did this. There was a scratch on my car. I did have my car. Now my car is gone. Everything I told you is true. I'm just going to leave out the fact that I was drunk as a skunk 6 days ago.
And he doesn't know it yet. Well, he knows that Kristen took care of his car, but she doesn't know what she did with it. Evidently, she had it squashed.
Yeah.
She said it's flat as a pancake.
Just done. Just old brave little toaster compactor. It's the day of old references, folks. Day of old references. Oh my gosh. We should do a nostalgic podcast because people love that stuff where we talk about stuff from my childhood. Anyway, no,
so
really.
Yeah. So Brady is just so miserable.
He is. So he feels perfectly guilty about this. There has to be a part of him where he's like, thank God Tate's over in Europe. And then Tate's going to show up and he's going to be like, gosh darn it. What happened to your foot?
Yep.
I got to take a quick aside though, and I have to say, I get that there isn't much of a budget, but I would have much rather Tate had like cut himself deeply, rather than I hit my foot and I need to go limp to the doctor as the reason to finally end the charade. Because when it came to the severity of the injury, I'm like, just rest it, dude. You can walk on it. You're fine. You don't have to end the lie over this. However, if there was a deep cut, a gash, something he needed stitches for.
Or that could get infected, right?
Or that can get infected. I think that just might have been a better narrative beat. So
I agree.
Those who are writing for Days of Our Lives and watch this every single week looking for inspiration and content.
Well, maybe Tate's a little bit of a candy butt, and he cannot handle it. Like, oh, my ankle's
heavy. I have seen those TikToks where it's like, ooh, the Gen X, and then like hit the kitchen counter and they just walk by, and then it's like, ooh, kids from the 90s, right? They hit the kitchen counter and like, ow. And then they walk by, right? And then it's like kids today, they hit the kitchen counter and they're just like, oh, and then like fall and collapse and cry.
Yeah.
It's a joke,
so
folks.
Dramatic.
It's dramatic joke. But maybe that's the case. Maybe it's the case. Maybe Tate is just a kid of the modern times.
Yeah, he is only
a little
17.
wuss.
My ankle's hurting.
Oh no, I have to limp to the doctor.
But you're right, Matt. It would have been more believable.
It just would have been a little better. That's all. I get limitations though. I mean, we had Ned on General Hospital trip over a towel and bash his head on the side of the pool. So you know we got. Sometimes we just need to do stuff to get there.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes. But Justin,
hey Michelle.
he did really go to the police station and say, Brady, just stop talking.
Justin, just holding his lips together. Now, Brady, you know how this goes. Okay, this isn't your first rodeo. All right. Yeah, so Brady confesses to the hit and run like a dum-dum. No car, no evidence. So, and then what this is going to ultimately happen, because, you know, listen, there's going to be no case. They don't have evidence. They don't have any way to prove that Brady did this. They have a partial license plate and a car color. That's not enough. The only person that could tell the truth is Fiona at this point. And boy,
and she's feeling guilty, but she is not even close to considering telling the truth.
Fiona Xander's mama, hello, LaShawn. Fiona Xander's mama is like, oh man, boy, did I blow this. I ain't gonna say nothing though, and I'm going to be incredibly encouraging, and I'm going to babysit this baby with a flask in my hand, waiting for the moment you leave. Xander, can you please come get this kid? Yep.
But she's trying, you know, she's thinking about it a little bit. You know, she's eyeing that vodka bottle and trying. But you know what? She's a long time alcoholic, it appears.
Oh yes. And I guess she wasn't. She was fine until the wedding, and then she also fell off the bandwagon, or funeral, or whatever the hell it was. Oh yeah, it was the double wedding that Brady had to leave.
Yeah, but then at the apartment when they had the little wedding there and they were toasting champagne and she had apple juice with Maggie, she went back into the kitchen and filled that flute with champagne, guzzled it.
Well, you gotta swirl it first, right? You gotta swirl it and just.
Oh, don't forget my cloth. I'm classy still. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But she's feeling guilty, but she ain't feeling that guilty. That girl is not going to come clean. She's going to get busted. And I can't wait to see the Xander that greets his mother after he knows. And good old Brady going to get sprung.
How could you do this, Mother? My Sarah, the most beautiful gem on the entire earth, Mother. How could you do this? It's very dramatic when I do it now. It is well over the top, and I am here for it. Keep it up, Xander.
I want this Xander.
You like that, Xander?
I like
you like
that
the one that strangles Brady right in the middle of the police station?
Yes. Oh boy, yeah. He pounced on him, didn't he?
He sure did. All right. And he's like, oh, I'm cool. I'm sorry I lost my head there, but I'm going to make sure you rot in prison, Brady, for this. Oh, goodness, yes. He, very, very upset. Rightfully so. And we get to see a little brief glimpse of the Xander that will strangle you to death. That apparently everybody else knows and loves.
He reminds me, like, I don't know, I see his face, you know, turning down, looking like this, but like a Joker little smile. That's bad Xander right there. He's a cross between the Joker and Clockwork Orange.
Xander versus Xander. I'm Xander, I'm the good one. I was running a newspaper for a little while. I'm the father of a baby. I have lots of Kyriakis money now. I'll still strangle you. Okay, yeah. Hey, Kelly. I'm sorry, but I'm lost on what went on this week on the show. Well, I don't know. Yeah, welcome to the 10th floor. Xander strangled Brady after he turned himself in. For hitting Sarah, which he didn't do because Fiona actually did and is lying. Kristen, seeing the situation that Brady was falling into and knowing who Brady is, got rid of the car to protect him from himself and also make sure that Rachel's father stays in her life. Meanwhile, fake Abigail is back in town trying to find her place within the Demira house and alongside Chad to enact whatever plan they have in mind. That is being masterminded, it seems, by new character, Dr. Green, who was that one doctor that Leo was like, you're kind of hot, dude.
And the older brother of Felicity and
Aaron, who are
yes.
Holly and Tate's friends. Holly and Tate had been hiding out in the Kyriakis cabin. Hiding because Tate was supposed to be doing lacrosse camp over in Europe to get away from it all, to get away from the drama and get away from Holly and to get away. But Tate and Holly said, no, we ain't doing that. We're just going to the cabin instead.
I'm going to hide you.
So Tate's been hanging out there for the last several weeks, pretending to be elsewhere, while Aaron is actually over at lacrosse camp, posing on social media, pretending to be Tate. Tate and Holly have a great time. Sophia, however, Holly's big rival, comes in to try to seduce Tate. Is unsuccessful because Tate has a heart of gold.
And he loves himself some Holly.
And in celebration, they decide to go for a swim. In which Tate hurts himself. He bashes his ankle against a rock and needs to go to the doctor. When he does, Dr. Green treats them and they go, hoo-ha-hoo, don't tell anybody. But ultimately they go, you know what? I think the jig is up. And they go home. And they tell John and Marlena, first of all people. Ran into his dad. Tell John and Marlena, hey, we actually really didn't go anywhere. And those are the plot beats of stuff we've covered so far, Kelly. Sorry, it was confusing.
That's what we covered so far.
Sorry, it was confusing.
And Holly went and talked to her grandma and Sarah too.
Well,
confessed to what she'd been doing this summer. And then she was told that, hey, the only reason why Sarah was going home was to look for the key because I couldn't find it. And then Holly, very guilt-ridden.
Well, I was at the cabin. I had the key.
So she's feeling very guilty.
Kind of her own responsibility there.
So that's what we talked about so far.
I mean, that's the stripped down, beat by beat, not 10th floor, connect the dots on your own, folks, style.
And we still have to talk about a very crazy person in Connie.
Oh, yes, we still haven't talked about Connie at all.
And we still have to talk for Melinda.
Connie, Melinda. Yeah. Gabi.
And gosh.
EJ, how about this, Kelly? How about this? You ready for this? You know what we ended Friday with, Kelly? EJ and Gabi making out in bed.
They're doing a little more than making out.
I consider it just making out.
Well, they were on their way.
Well, I know they were on their way.
It was looking dirty.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. No. Okay, so it was well on the way to going somewhere, but what we saw was the make-out portion of that.
Exactly. Yes. Gabi being very assertive.
Very much so. So she has this conversation, right? Basically about, well, Stefan, Stefan got his in.
But Connie kind of like put that seed there too.
Well, yes.
Oh yeah, tit for tat.
Well, okay, so Gabi and Connie are best friends now. Because Connie was like, hey, by the way, your husband cheated on you while you were away and set all of this off. And now she's, she has Melinda tied down to the bed with fake cardboard standee Lee just looking over her. With this big old Lee smile.
She's getting kind of like, what you looking at?
Just want to give it the finger,
Right? But Melinda is starting to she's against a headboard with some rails in it. So she's starting to scoop that rope against that.
Oh, yeah. She's
starting to fray it a little bit.
Yeah. But in the meantime, though, she's got to make sure that Connie doesn't kill her.
Right.
Because that's what the original thing was here. She just didn't use enough poison. She's like, oh, I must have used too much on Everett. Didn't have enough left for her.
Yeah. And she told Melinda that the only reason why you're not dead is because Lee's told me not to kill you.
You know, no wonder people can't figure out what happened on the show when they listen to this podcast, because I said, hey, guess what, Kelly? These two people were starting to sleep together, and here we are talking about Melinda being tied to the bed by Connie. No
I
wonder
know,
people
right?
can't keep track. No wonder. Don't come here for the news, folks. Don't come here for the reviews. Dayscafe.com. Wonderful write-up every day by a sensitive, long-time fan, not overburdened by ads. Days Cafe, folks. Visit that for your recaps.
I need to do that evidently.
What was that?
I need to do that evidently.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, so they're doing it. They're doing it because of Connie. That's how we jumped off, because Connie and so
Right.
that's what Connie's
Because
up to.
like you said, everything is
Everything
connected.
is well connected. Yeah, I said that before we broadcast.
Right.
So now I'll say this on the podcast. Folks, Days of Our Lives is doing a wonderful job of linking all of these characters and all of these stories together. We have one overarching large narrative of different stories happening at the same time.
Mhm.
That does mean, though, that we had to like cut out body and soul. There was none of that this week.
No, there was no body and soul, huh?
We've had to cut out, Paulina.
Yeah, there was no Paulina this week.
But when it comes down to it, we pretty much had everybody else but Kayla and Steve.
We even had a little bit of Marlena and John.
We had a little bit of Marlene and John, which is always fun to see. No Kayla and Steve. Maggie all over. Maggie is like, has more episode guarantees than anybody else on this dang show, and she's 90. All right, she's not 90 yet, but she's pretty old.
He's 80.
She's 80. And it's just like she's got more episodes than anybody, and that's lovely to see.
He's beautiful too. So yeah, we'll go back to
Okay, let's try to
Gabi.
focus specifically on Gabi, EJ, and that whole Demira debacle.
Yes, but let's go. There was a conversation between Gabi and Abigail. So the best part. Well, Abigail got a little bit of fake Abigail got a little bit of knowledge in 411.
A little bit, enough to inspire.
Well, and she got enough to know, hey, watch out for this one.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
Mm-hmm. What's this Gabi with a Y stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, I think Gabi with a Y was Abigail's alter.
Oh, is that the case, Jeannie?
That means that she slept with everybody and dressed like a hooch. Kinda.
Oh, Abigail. Oh, person pretending to be Abigail. You have quite the climb ahead of you to figure out who this woman is.
Exactly.
Oh,
that's
my God.
what I say. Dr. Green did not do enough homework.
You're right,
Dr.
Mom.
Green didn't do enough homework.
Gabi with a Y was the altar.
Abigail.
Gabi with the Y was the altar. I don't know why I didn't pick that up. Oh, God, I feel dumb sometimes. Yes, one of the altars says Sandra. Oh, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So, I think that, Abigail learned some things. Fake Abigail learned some things from Gabi, which was beneficial. And she also learned this one you watch out for. You do not go on her rough side. In fact, I think Abigail will learn that pretty much all females in that house currently, and there's only 3. There's Kristen, there's Gabi, and there's Rachel. Watch out for all 3 of them.
All of them. All of them. Just
Even
hang out the
that little
tongue.
one. Because that little one's in training. Watch
She'll press her ear against the door and just listen. And then 6 months later, she'll go, I know what you did. I heard it.
And Abigail, like everybody else in town, needs to learn that have some internal thoughts. Don't say everything out loud. Go to the school of Ava.
It's my TBI. It's my TBI. I can't think. I don't have an internal monologue anymore. Everything I think comes out of my mouth, Chad. You have to understand. She put on a black wig, says Jeannie. So apparently Gabi with a Y put on a black wig to be a
that must have been
a woman of the night, we'll say. Jeannie says that now Gabi will be pregnant, even though she's not supposed to be able to, since her being in jail for the first time. Being in jail the first time. I don't know. Is Gabi not able to have babies? Is that what you mean, Jeannie?
And you know what? She will not know which Demira is the father.
Let's not.
Oh, she's about to jump on EJ, so I don't. Yeah.
So here's what the store that I'm going to open up in Horton Town Square is called Contraceptives. Like that's just the name of the
I'm
store.
just going to have a little pop-up kiosk. I won't even need a storefront.
Well, there you
You
go.
can walk
Yeah.
through and get your
Yeah.
needs met.
You can do it like my high school did with a fish bowl just full of it. Just walk by the health center and grab it if you need it, because we don't want no pregnant students.
Exactly.
Kate and Holly, listen up. Graduate first, get married. All right,
Well,
good
Holly
luck.
did have what she needed though. She had it in her little bag. She was way more prepared than Tate was, even though Tate was like, "Oh no, we
Even though
mustn't."
Tate's 30.
Right.
Sorry, that's a low blow. That's a low blow. That's mean. I don't need to say that. I don't need to say that.
So anyway, so yeah, Gabi and EJ are full into let's do it for revenge mode.
For revenge. Well, I mean, so EJ wants to get the revenge because he hates his brothers right now. All of them, even Chad, even, you know, he's like, why is there duct tape down my living room? Get out. No, out of there. Don't like that. He doesn't really even have, Chad does done nothing wrong. And EJ's still like, F you, man, get out. Like, Gabi got beat up, and that means no more babies for her. Oh, well, I guess she'll have to have a miracle baby.
That might happen.
And that's why she's so attached to the one daughter that she does have. Don't come after Tate, says Shikarius. I will come after Tate every day of the week, Shikarius, especially if you're defending him. I will go through you to get to this actor.
All that boy needed was ace bandages and some ice.
Sincerely, all he had to do was just raise his dumb ankle and he would be fine. All right, okay. So we got a question in here that I want to answer from Michelle. Hi, Michelle Althouse. I don't recognize that last name. So if this is your first time joining us, thank you for coming. And if it's not your first time joining us, thank you for coming. Anyway, how did Connie get the picture of Lee for the cardboard? Come on, Connie met him 3 times. Plus, Lee never smiled. Well, Michelle, I'm sorry to say this. And I know this might come as a shock. It's a television show.
Oh, and actually, it wouldn't be that hard.
No, it wouldn't be that hard.
No, it wouldn't be that hard to do because I'm sure, you know, there's press photos of him.
So here's the thing. Yeah, I was being a little cagey brat with that answer, but the real answer is Lee, didn't he work for the Demira board?
I think so.
So
yes.
In that case, he would have had
because
a corporate photo taken.
His dad's very connected.
He would have had a corporate photo taken for the website, for the trades, for the stockholders, whatever. And so it'd be relatively, conceivably, fairly easy for her to come across that, especially if it was shared publicly, and then just go get it done custom.
Yep. You know, those you got a specialty printing place almost anywhere at USA. You can go get a cutout made.
Yeah.
Because most of us aren't so freaky that we go do that.
Yeah. Now, would Lee have smiled in that picture? Maybe not. I mean, this is a Remington Hoffman press photo, like a headshot of his, you know. But that's my going theory. Is he took a picture for some sort of corporate reason. He smiled it up and crossed his arms, trying to look, you know, presentable and friendly to the public face, working for Demira. And that's how she got her hold of it. But really what it is just, it's just the goofiest thing I've seen on Daytime in so long.
I love it.
Like whoever came, whoever, because you know how GH has the Maurice Standy and the Carly cutouts that are there at the set.
Yes.
You can just imagine Ron Cavalardi or whatever walking around through the Days set, if he even went there, and being like, I could do something with that.
It's perfect.
It's super
perfect.
goofy. It's a super goofy representation.
It is super goofy, but Connie is out of her mind. She thinks that cutout is like talking to her and caressing her at times.
Oh yeah, she thinks she's in a full-on relationship with Ghost Lee.
Yeah, she does.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
And you know, he did say, so far he's saving Melinda's life because he's told Connie, don't kill her.
Yeah. Well, don't kill her. No, it'll be fine. Oh, just kind of pull him back. Well, why do you like her so much, Ghostly? Oh, you're right, Kelly. Where is Professor Angela? We sure definitely need her. That's for sure. Our going theory is that she's doing a yard sale this morning. This is what I suggest to you, Kelly. On Twitter, at Brooklyn74. Be like, hey, why don't you come to that dumb podcast anymore? It's been like 3 weeks. I bet she'll show up next week. See, Jeannie, you do the same thing. Angela doesn't love us anymore. Gotta tweet her and let her know that she is missed. And I'm sure she'll redouble her efforts to not double book herself. Listen, so she's in the West Coast, East Coast, we're on the West Coast. This is 9 a.m. for us. It is noon on a Sunday for her. The ask of her time is much larger than the ask of ours for the time that we're broadcasting.
You know? We're starting a day with you guys, and then she's like, in
the middle of it.
We're cutting her midstream.
yeah. So, she just gets caught up in life, very very often. But that's our fault for doing it at this time. But with the time split,
yep.
I don't know how else to do it because I'm not doing this at 3 o'clock our time, 6 o'clock yours, or 7 o'clock for Kelly. That's crazy. Anyway, Jeannie, I promise you, though, Angela does love you.
He sure does.
She really enjoys coming to this thing. She just has a life. So Connie, yeah. So Connie, Sandra says, watch out for paper cuts, Connie. Oh, God. Oh, gosh.
Have you ever had a paper cut from a piece of cardboard? It's a different kind of paper cut.
Oh, it's very thick. It's very thick. More like a paper tear. Michelle, hopefully I answered your question. I apologize at first for being like, it's a TV show, dummy. I was just trying to be silly.
Being silly.
But in the world of Salem, I think that she just downloaded it. Jeannie says she was joking about Angela not loving us. And you know what, Jeannie? You don't have to cover. You weren't joking. You were speaking from the heart, and that's okay.
So, Matt.
Yes.
I think that Melinda, I was for a little bit afraid that last time that Connie came in there, that she was going to notice that there was a fray in the rope.
Not yet. Connie's too distracted.
But she didn't notice.
No.
So, I don't know who, but someone's going to go back to that. Somebody's going to, they're already starting to miss Melinda.
Yes. It was already suggested in chat that Kristen might be the one to go looking.
Well, that's the badass that should, because boy, that would be who Connie wouldn't have a chance. Oh, Kristen would. Oh,
Ava's also on the list of somebody that could go looking.
And both of those women would cut a bitch.
I can see Kristen looking for Melinda, and I can see Ava trying to find Connie, and both of them being like, well, so here's the thing. So
it's going to be so fun.
The big hole in Connie's plan is the fact that Melinda's not dead. If Melinda was dead, she'd be able to like put her somewhere and make it look like something else. Right. But that's not the case. And so the trail of Melinda's life pretty much ends at Connie's doorstep.
But if Connie had enough time, okay, if she decided to go ahead and offer, if she had enough time, remember, she already went to the hardware store. She got bleach.
She got lye.
She got hacksaw.
She got
plastic.
She got it all. She got it all.
She just needs time.
She has it all. Plastic, lye, dissolving agents,
gloves.
She's got the guy from Breaking Bad in the closet waiting to give her advice.
I mean, she already went and did that, She already went and bought her supplies. All she needs is time now. So I don't know.
She should just handle it.
Hopefully, card cutout Lee will continue to save Melinda's life.
Listen, you can't do this. My really alive body somewhere is sensing that this is all going down, and I'm going to get revenge, Connie. I want
Wouldn't it be hilarious if Lee alive Lee escapes and comes to save Melinda?
That would be a great way to rekindle the romance.
Would be hilarious too.
This is what I want. Okay. This is what, even if we've already established that we can't the way that it's already been done. I want, and I think I've said this last week or a week before or something. I want Ghost Lee to be real Lee, who's effing with Melinda, or effing with Connie, making her think that he is a delusion, but in reality, it's really just him hanging out in the bedroom,
He got
stepping
a
out every
special
once in a
crawl
while.
space, isn't he? He could be
You
in a
know,
special crawl space.
there you go. Maybe it is his house. Maybe there was one.
You know what would be hilarious? It would be hilarious if, like, suddenly the two cabinet doors in the kitchen below the kitchen sink pop open and out crawls Lee.
I don't think you should kill her in the Melinda's leg.
A little army crawl out from underneath the kitchen sink.
Connie gets angry, right? So she gags Melinda, right? You know, like puts a paper, like the kitchen towel, and ties it around her mouth. Oh. And then Lee comes crawling out from his face, and Melinda's just. That's when she breaks the rope, punches Connie, and leaves.
Yeah, but you know what? I like Kristen. I like the idea of Kristen and Ava coming in there and just whipping her butt.
Just together. And then it'll be like that scene from Shaun of the Dead. The "Don't Stop Me Now, having such a good time." Just beating her with pool cues. Damn, I know. You want some soap violence. I know.
Oh,
Michelle says,
my
yes,
gosh.
Dr. Rolf has him somewhere. And that's been
Exactly.
our going theory for a long time, like pretty much since the death of Lee. Because Rolf was leaving at the same time in his sub with Dimitri. And we're like, he loaded himself at Lee.
We even told Remington, we said, we don't want you to be dead. We want Dr. Rolf to have you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. And well, here he is doing a little part-time work on the Days of Our Lives set. I think it's only a matter of time. Also too, you know, they kind of put Trip and Wendy to rest for a moment. So,
Well, they're busy in Hong Kong,
you know, they're busy in Hong Kong doing their thing. So when they come back, you know, they're going to be fresh. They're going to be away from our eyes for a while, and they could be introduced into a story, and people aren't going to be like, ugh.
Exactly.
You know, it's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good move.
It is.
Let's see. Tate injury, Dr. Green. Let's see. Kristen got rid of the Brady's car. We talked about that.
Flat as pancake.
Flat as pancake. Zenda strangles Brady. EJ's livid over Stefan and Gabby's turf war.
Mm-hmm.
This is my house. Half of this is my house.
Mm-hmm. Gabby's running around with her big old roll of black tape.
Oh, well, here's a note that made me kind of sad when I was reflecting on it. And I believe that this is the truth. Stefan does wish that he and EJ could be better brothers.
Sure.
I believe that he believes that. And I also firmly believe that EJ essentially thinks, F you, buddy, every single time Stefan walks into the room.
Yes. I agree. I think Stefan does have like I think he does have a little like injured boy side in a way.
Yeah.
Just trying to fit in. Just trying to be a Demera, which he hasn't been his whole life, I don't believe. So yeah, I see him as just trying to make anything not go crappy, it seems, in a way.
Listen, I'm Dad's namesake.
Mm,
You know, he was Stefano. I'm Stefan O. You know?
You know?
You know? Stefano. That's going to be my campaign when I run for mayor. You know Stefano.
But boy, that Chris and EJ, they're just rotten to the core. They just
going
are.
To be there to ruin any sort of forward movement that the Demira family makes together in unison.
Mm-hmm.
Half the house is EJ's, and Monica did not give it to them, says Jeannie.
No.
Oh gosh.
But the Demira house is very fun to watch between, you know, Gabi with her tape and Abigail not knowing who she, you know, gosh, man, I wish they'd give me a little 411 on all this.
All of this happening under one roof, and that is the magic of the Demira mansion. We've seen it time and time again.
Fake Abigail's feeling pretty big. Gil's starting to feel kind of guilty about things too.
See, and that's the whole thing, is all of this is falling apart for everybody very quickly. So Connie's making some mistakes. She's going to get found out sooner than later. And then we're going to move over to Abigail making mistakes. And I'm very curious to know, and we're probably going to find out again sooner rather than later, based off of the pace of the Abby story so far, that we're probably going to find out what they're up to pretty quick.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
even
I
as
think
early as
the
next
real
week.
and I think the real Abigail is on her way to Salem.
Oh, you think that they might have found a second actress to play Abigail?
I think that the real Abigail is going to show up.
Kate Mancy doing double work.
No, I think that's not. I don't think it's going to be her. Christina's very busy over there in Port Charles.
She played Abigail, right?
I believe she did,
Yeah.
but somebody else did too.
Blondie, I guess,
I don't
because she's blonde
recall
now.
what the actress's name is, but
Listen, I
somebody
don't
else
either.
did too. The photo that they show of
He's not Kate.
Tad and the real Abigail is the actress that played her last, I believe.
Well, wouldn't it be neat if they were able to actually like get a deal with her and then didn't ever say anything to anybody and just somehow told everybody to just shut up for 6 months, uh, and they were able to pull that off without anybody knowing? That would be really cool.
It would be.
I want that to happen. Actually, I want that to happen because it would. I think it would ignite a level of excitement back into the Days of Our Lives fan base that might have waned because of your consistent note of it being filmed too far in advance and us getting way too much information before it actually hits the air. That the excitement level and the shock of value just isn't there for Days of Our Lives.
I think it's pretty dang hard to keep Big Soap Beats secret for 7 months.
It would be very hard and would take just a concentrated effort, especially if people aren't still filming.
Exactly.
So of all of the stuff we talked about this week, Ma, what's your little favorite plot we got happening in Salem right now? There's only 4 or 5 to pick from. It's actually pretty easy right now.
Oh, Melinda tied to the bed is what I'm. Yes.
Yeah, I find myself also.
It's cocky duty delight.
Yeah, good duty delight. I find myself, also Marcy Miller is the actress's name who played Abigail last.
There you go.
I find myself constantly enjoying the stupidest parts of Days of Our Lives the most. Which is fun for me, but not so fun for other people who've watched the show for longer, those who have really loved Marlena and John and their whole history, and Kate and Roman and their whole history, and everything that all these other people have ever done. But I don't have those connections, and I love what I'm seeing when it comes to the stupid crap. Leo and Dimitri, I loved every moment of them. I love this whole Melinda tied to the bed, Connie's crazy butt. Once Everett really started going, I was drawn into that. I found that good and interesting. Crazy Nurse Whitley was super fun. I was having a great time theorizing about an irradiated Hulk baby because Paulina Price got radiation therapy and then went to go find Chanel trapped in a avalanche and could have poisoned her baby because she left the hospital too early. Like, what the hell was that? Other than fun.
Soap opera goodness.
I think that I like it. I think I like it that way because the heaping portions of drama that are being served to me on General Hospital kind of balance it out in a day. Let's see. Kate and Marcy alternated playing her like Missy and Katie with Jennifer.
Oh, okay.
Another recent reference would have been General Hospital with Taggart. We had Asante Jones and Rael Andrews both kind of
and
really trading it off back and forth week after week, it seemed.
And we're kind of gotten that a little bit with Kelly Monaco and
so
Miss
we got
Hartley.
big Kelly Monaco stuff to talk about at 11.
Yeah, we do.
We're gonna have to open up with that, get into that, all sorts of stuff. And also, Ma, I have to fan the flames of a rumor mill as to why Lindsay Hartley was there to begin with.
Hey, well, let's talk about that in 11.
Fan the flames of rumor mill, folks. So come to that for all of that unsubstantiated, probably false reaction to the Kelly Monaco situation. I guess that's it, though. I know we started 15 minutes late, but well, in 5 minutes early, whatever, who cares? In closing, we'll say this. Come back to us, Rafe. We need you. Jeannie needs you. I need you. The city of Salem requires you.
Your little sister needs you because she is off the rails.
Gabi really needs you. Jada needs you. Jada, not only is she a lonely wife, but also really overworked.
Yes.
So
very stressed out.
I expect some storylines to make a change around the end of September leading up to the Bill Hayes and Doug storyline, says Sandra. Probably. I would imagine that's going to be quite the umbrella overarching thing.
I'm sure it will be, with lots of like cast members coming back that Matthew and I won't recall and won't recognize.
We're gonna have to have a special.
But we have you guys. You're gonna tell us all about it, and hopefully Angela as well.
We might have to do a Doug's funeral rundown special, where we're like, who's that, and who's that?
Exactly.
But I think that's it. I think that's it for class for Days for Dummies. Like we filled it without the professor. I mean that's a good studentum.
Yeah.
That's us being really good in class for doing that.
Yeah, and the sign-in sheet. Sign that because we'll have.
We were there. We were here. And we want an A+ for the day, for the week, for all that. Anyway, join us again at 11 a.m. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to GH. Not only Kelly Monaco, but also the plot of the show. Oh boy, is it thick. So, so join us for that. Like the video if you enjoyed yourself. Subscribe to the channel if you hated it. Like the video if you hated it, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed yourself. Just do it.
Click it.
Just click it. It means nothing to you. You just get to see my face every once in a while. Thumbs up, all that sort of stuff. You can leave a super chat donation if you want. Leave a comment if you're watching this on the replay, which a lot of people do. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought about the week. Tell me what you think about Tate. If you wanted an irradiated Hulk baby. Any number of things. But that's it. We're getting out of here. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll get you at 11 for Days for Dummies. Or wait, what?
No, 10th floor.
10th floor. Wait.
Meet you on the 10th floor. See you in the elevator.
Okay. Let me try that again here. Thank you for joining us for Days for Dummies. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
And we'll catch you next week right here live 9 a.m. for another class for Days for Dummies. And we're going to see you in a few minutes at 11 for General Hospital 10th Floor podcast. See you then. We got an A from Michelle, and I'm happy for that. Bye.
Yay.